Yeah, show about to start in a few. Really appreciate you for jumping in. The name is Law Nation. Be sure to check out Draft Series. The draft is right around the corner. Believe it or not. Come on. Really appreciate you. Beat the timer. Appreciate everybody for understanding that it takes time to build this plane while it's in the air. Shout out to you all that's joining this network, this organization as it relates to Law Nation Sports. This would not be possible without you all that's here. And first and foremost, the Cowboys, we got a lot of homework to do, by the way. Got a lot of things to clear up, got a lot of things to bring up. Basically, there are two things that's in the draft. What happened to my face? What happened? Say it to my face. Here we go, bam. Here we go. There's two things in the draft that occurs when you draft it. You can either go with need or you can go with BPA, and that's best player available. Now, that's subject to change based upon your priorities in the draft when we say best player available. Because from our mindset and from our evaluation, there may be a player that we have that's better. But from their scouting reviews and their expert opinions, there may be a situation that they think that another player is better. Now, when we break that down, there's two things that we got to look at. Scheme, system. Scheme, system. Those two things, basically. And sometimes, Cowboy Nation, we can look at it and say, all right, from our knowledge, from our understanding of football, I'm going to go rewind back a few years. Taco Charlton was there. And there was a guy by the name of T.J. Watt was there. Now, from a best player available, I know, and Carl know that's watching in the chat, and Carson's, and I see you, William, Anthony. I appreciate you, Jay Lombardi. We all knew, like, T.J. Watt is the better player. But there was this thing saying, system. Can he fit in a 4-3 system? He's more of a 3-4 system player, right? And we were saying, no, William Anthony was like, nah, man, Tommy Guns, I see you, man. Tommy was like, man, nah, T.J. Watt is better. But the Cowboys decided to go with best scheme player, and that was Taco Charlton. Unfortunately, T.J. is worlds better than Taco, and we can clearly and literally see it, right? So when we look at everything, Cowboy Nation, we don't want that same situation to occur again. We don't. We definitely do not want that to happen. But unfortunately, this is the Dallas Cowboys in the draft. So we got options. We're picking at the 24th spot. Experts already came out and said, based upon their information, Jay Lombardi said, please don't remind me of the past. But they were saying in their expert opinion that there's only 11 first-round grades. And sometimes they can be off. A lot of times people don't see players coming until they fit into a certain groove, right? But neither here nor there. What will be the biggest need for the Cowboys? Do you draft need or do you draft best player? Right. Now, I've seen some people put in Tyler Linderbaum. I've seen some people put down, hey, man, come hell and high water, I don't care. I don't care. Give me that explosive defensive guy. We need help on defense. Or give me that explosive wide receiver. You can't pass up on him. Now, I'm not using this as a a situation. But Cincinnati had that issue, right? They have drafted their franchise quarterback, right? Hear me out. They drafted their franchise quarterback, and they had an option. Do they go with the flash wide receiver that knows the quarterback, or do they go with the protection mode to protect said quarterback? Two options. Quarterback last season for the Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Burrow, led the league in acquiring sacks. He got sacked most of the time. And I think it was a chart line out there that he's very comparable to Andrew Luck of the way he got sacked. William Burnett says, if we had T.J. Watt with Parsons, we would have dominated the defense. Oh, we had a dominant defense. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But this is the thing. It's hard to put toothpaste back into the tube. It is absolutely, let me repeat this again, it's hard to put toothpaste back into the tube. Jay Lombardi said, thanks to Rod Marinelli for one. Mr. He got banned. Taco didn't ban nothing here, you know. But that's just how it goes. That's how it goes when you're talking about, let me see, what the world, a hand came there. Let me fix this thing up. Y'all bear with me. Bam. No. There we go. Boom. Bam. So y'all won't see that hand when I move around. Yeah, you see that hand move around when I'm on the screen. All right, so sometimes I get confused in my old age, so I thank you. Shout out to you, Jay Lombardi. Appreciate you. We also need defense, and this is the Jermaine Johnson. Now, I read many, and I've ran multiple mock drafts. And one thing that was a consistent, shout out to you, Peter, shout out to you on the Facebook group, shout out to you, Chase Blood, thank you on the Facebook, and Colson Thomas, appreciate you guys. And like I said, man, we will be giving away this Rodgers Starback jersey for those who are part of the membership. So I've seen that the people joining the membership on the Facebook, I appreciate you, and on the YouTube and Patreon. Also, I got Patreon content out there of Derek Stingley. Is on the Patreon right now. You can go there to watch Derek Stingley breakdown. And, of course, by being a member of the Patreon crew, your name get entered into winning that jersey at the end of this month. But neither here nor there. I feel you guys. I love defense. Look, what the Cowboys did last season, drafting all of those defense, man, it was like, yeah, you know, for me, it was like, I love defense. I get it, right? The Cowboys, they got an offensive-minded organization. Jerry Jones, he played as an offensive lineman, right? So naturally, he's an offensive-minded person. I think even Stephen Jones, he played on the offensive side. I don't think he played defense. An offensive-minded person. Mike McCarthy, Kellen Moore, offensive-minded people. I just love defense, man. I get it. We want gaudy numbers. We want a quarterback throwing for 400 yards, 5,000 yards a year, what have you, with 50 touchdowns and only 3 interceptions. But I want to be the team that breaks that quarterback back, you know, not metaphorically speaking, not physically and naturally. But I want to be the team that when they come up into Dallas, they sitting there saying to themselves, man, God, dog, they got Parsons. They got a big boy inside. They got a stingy DBs out there on the edge. Man, look, we got to bring forth everything. Game is won and lost down in the trenches. I get it, right? But we've been spoiled in a sense with the offense. Right? Tyron Smith, you can go all the way back for Tyron Smith, Travis Frederick, Zach Martin, right? Now we went and got La'el Collins. He was projected to be top 12 and as it relates to offense or what have you. We scooped him up for dirt cheap. messed him around and put him at tackle when naturally he could have been the second coming of L.A., but that's a story of a different day. That all rhymes for your mind, but I ain't trying to rhyme with this thing, but that's just how it goes. And then we fool around and drafted a Connor Williams. He never panned out to be what we thought he would be, right? And out of college, he was a tackle. He had short arms. So they said, okay, since you got short arms, we kick you inside, right? We've been investing technically on the offensive line for a long time, right? And now we're going back to the drawing board because Zach Martin is getting old, getting long in the tooth, and we don't know how long it would take for him to say, you know what, I'm going to hang up these cleats, right? We don't know. And that was a good investment for Zach Martin. Solidified the interior. Now we're finna go back, and everybody love Leon said, slow down, Lord. Look, I'm rolling down. See, shoot, y'all done got me now, Leon. Now let me now we talking about this right here. Tyler Linderbaum, I like him, let me see if I can pull this up right here. Draft prospects. Let me start off. I like to start all the way from, let's start from the 50. You got Kenneth Walker. You got Jermaine Johnson, the 49th guy, Florida State. You got a Jalen. He's a safety, 5'10", 200-pound safety. You got Christian Harris, who is no one to sneeze at, from Alabama. Shout out to him. You got John over here, the wide receiver. Let's keep moving. You got Jackson Kirkland. You got him. You got Zach Harrison. Jalen Dotson, wide receiver. Let's get all the way down to where we picked it, 24th spot. The 24th spot, Ahmad Gardner. This is their top 100 list. This is the, I believe, NFL.com top 100 list. And Gardner, pretty good. Looked at his tape. Not something that I would say I'm mad at because the Cowboys went there. But let me scroll over. Kenneth Pickett. Here's the thing. Here's my thought track on quarterbacks. If this front office have any deed of reservations on quarterbacks, if they have any deeds of, hey, I don't really like the way this thing is playing out where we at now, can we always draft a quarterback in every single draft from here on out to the end of the life cycle of Dak Prescott? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Draft the man if you like the man, right? So what you got, AI?
Pickett delivered with his leadership to get Pitt playing for the ACC championship. He's the top traditional pocket passing prospect in the class with his deep ball accuracy, smarts, and maturity.
So if you like pocket passer, quarterback, deep ball accuracy, Kenny. You got Roger. I like him from Auburn. You got Jordan Davis at number 20. Kenyon Green. Look, if we get Kenyon Green, baby, oh, my God, man. Let the AI read this one out. You just read it out for me, lady. Read this one out for me. Break it down for everybody.
Green is a well-rounded interior blocker with solid size, strength, and technique to drive in the running game for a long time.
Yeah, so you talking about productivity, a level of someone that can help things out. It'll be him. You won't get mad at him. Who we got over here? Andrew, I like his skill set. Charles Cross. Shout out to Mississippi State. You got Garrett, not Jason, but Garrett Wilson. And I ain't talking about Garrett Gilbert. You got Garrett Wilson, the wide receiver. You got Jameson, number 14. David, number 13. Kyer, 12. You got Chris, number 11. So all of these guys, man, I promise you, somebody's about to slip. This guy looked up, man. If you look up his skill set, now, one thing I can tell you, his only kryptonite is the Alabama team, and that's Derek Stingley. Let the AI read that one out whenever she gets a chance.
Stingley is one of the most dynamic cornerback prospects ever with his pedigree and playmaking resume. He's got great size and speed and can often win his battles with his length and quickness. There are few holes in his coverage game, and he's also the ultimate Balak.
Balak. Ball hawk, lady. Then you got Kyle Hamilton, not Ken. And you got Aiden Hutchinson and Kayvon Thibodeau. So, look, we're going to get one of those guys. We flat out going to get one of these guys that's on this top 50 list. Maybe two of them. And if the Cowboys want to get dirt nasty with it, they can trade back in and say, okay, we can get three of these guys that's in the top, because this thing is going to spread out. Somebody's going to fall where they don't supposed to be, and the Cowboys going to have a chance and opportunity. Stingley have issues staying healthy. Yeah, he got a foot issue now, but I'm looking at his build. His build's pretty solid, 6'1", 200, close to 201. Give or take. I've seen some reports got him right at 190-ish, but he's right at 200 pounds looking at his size. If you want a Marshawn Lattimore, and I like to do clones because that's how I look at it. I look at a player's skill set, and I kind of like, who do they kind of play like? And I got Lattimore. As who Stingley reminds me of, right? And if you want to go like quarterback comparables, let me see if go back to this list. Let me see if Ritter if he's on here. He reminds me, when you look at his tape, this guy right here reminds me of Dak Prescott in many of situations. And he probably did better going back to college for that one more year. Let's look at this guy. Let the AI read him out.
Ritter is an aspiring dynamic NFL dual threat with his combination of strong arm and natural running ability. He also has the welcome intangibles, including leadership skills and toughness.
I like that. And then on top of that, what I like about Dez is that he's 6'4". I like tall quarterbacks, by the way. Not too tall, like 6'7", but I do like the taller quarterbacks. And I do like what they bring to the table. I even like this guy from USC, Drake. Drake! I like Drake, and I like Trent McDuffie. So by next month, man, I know these guys like the back of my hand, and I can really tell you which games that we really like. Just put these guys on. I'll put up Davis stats. Which Davis? You talking about Jordan Davis? And here's another thing, Cowboy Nation. Oh, y'all can't see my face? What happened to my face? This thing is killing me today. Boom, boom. Here we go. Now y'all can see me. Y'all let me know when I disappear. Boom. Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis will not have gaudy stats. By the way, his stat lines will not be like, wow, look at what he did to the such and such team. But what you get out of Big Jordan Davis is a complete package for your linebackers, a better situation for your safeties. Can he play 3 downs? Well, I'm not asking him to play 3 downs. I'm looking at him to help the guy to the left of him out, help the guy to the right of him out, and when 3rd down come, I'm putting in the NASCAR package, as they say. Or I think my guy Voch Lombardi, he called it the end game package. I can roll with that. But what the Cowboys normally do is they shy away from big boys, right? So let's not get our hopes up for Jordan Davis. I can literally see Jordan Davis going to either the Patriots or getting drafted by the Eagles. And we, Cowboy Nation, got to be very understanding when it comes down to these things right here from an organizational standpoint. We can't be banging on the table saying, yeah, we really like this guy, because we got a hater, and it's in the name of the haters. The name of the haters are the Philadelphia Eagles. They love to look at our scouting report and say, yeah, that's who the Cowboys want. We want them too, then, So that's the situation and scenario there. But it is what it is. Shout out to them. We beat them down anyway. Appreciate you, Akeem. Hey, Law, if Gregory and Schultz leave, do we get compensation? I believe how that goes if we lose players out due to free agency, we do get compensation. We do get I think the max of a third round compensatory pick or a fourth round compensatory pick, give or take, what their level of production that they do or get from the other organization, and how we replace them. I think it's some crazy little compensatory rule for that. But comp picks are based on the money. Okay, yeah. And I don't really dive into that. I don't know the ruling, so I don't want to misguide you guys. I'm not finna sit here a lot of kick it. But however the comp rules work, I look at it like this, and this is my analogy on this. Too many draft picks can harm you because now you're waiting for these guys to develop. So how I look at it, you package those picks, because comp picks, I think as of the last 2 seasons, are tradable picks. So you package those things and move up and get a more quality player versus being a collector of draft picks. That's just my thoughts. Just my thoughts. But knowing the Cowboys and knowing John Stephen Jones, he loved the youthful guys, and his philosophy is we build through the draft. Do people change their philosophy? I don't know. Shout out to you, Peter. Thank you for sharing. Sharing is caring. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to do that, by the way. But neither here nor there. I got to bring up this point right here, and then we will open up the communication lines for everyone to speak on. And I want to bring up this one here. And I know you guys heard, and I know you saw the thumbnail, the mighty Emmitt Smith. He had something to say about the Cowboys and the organization. And remember, Emmitt Smith played on this team from 1990 to all the way to 2002. Now, I can tell you, 02, 01, 00, and 99 for your mind season with Emmitt, it was brutal. Flat out brutal. It was painful to see Emmitt run the rock, because I got a chance to see young Emmitt, run the rock. And for him to dissipate and fade off, it was terrible for us, right? But at that point, we was looking at it like, he's a legend, a running back Hall of Famer, right? And there was people banging on the table saying, yeah, he only getting the records because he's still playing, right? At least Barry Sanders had the respect of the game to retire, what have you. And I said, nah, you can't circumvent that. I fought for Emmitt. I said your best ability is your availability, and Emmitt was still available. He never, even when he was hurt, he was still running, right? And the Cowboys was trying to do their best. Cowboys was trying so hard to press this thing out. They wouldn't call Herschel Walker back and say, Herschel, can you come back and play for the Dallas Cowboys? Who remember that? Who remembered when Herschel Walker came back to the Cowboys? Let me see y'all in the chat. Who remember? I said, wow, it's just crazy how life is cycling, Freeman said, yeah, he remember. Right. Some Cowboy fans don't even remember Herschel Walker came back, He was good kickoff return guy, right? Yeah, who remember that? That's insane. Jay Lombardi, appreciate you. Connor Williams, let's go. This is from Louise. Yeah, there's reports out there, of Connor Williams. The Cowboys may bring him back for a cup of Joe, right? Akeem said he remember. All right, so let me quick ruminating and go ahead and play this.
Are we going to be? Are we going to stay When I look at our Cowboys, I'm looking for who are we going to be? Are we going to stay the same? Or are we going to just take all of this talent and waste it over 3 or 4 or 5 year time frame, assuming and expecting to do something great, doing the same things over and over and over again? It's frustrating as hell, he went on to say. You see great talent being wasted. You see time passing.
Yep.
That's Emmitt Smith talking there. Marcus, what do you think he's saying? What when he says doing this?
Let me go first. All right, so shout out to Get Up or what have you. They did this about 4 or 5 days ago, and I've been too busy to do my recap of this. It's frustrating, right, to see the talent and know the talent. It's flat out I'm frustrated. You know, everybody's frustrated, right? And it don't help. The front office now got all of the crazy stuff, Rich Dalrymple, Peeping Tom, you know. I mean, he can't help himself, you know, the cheerleaders and everything. He got his mind fixed on other things as it relates to the Cowboys. Let me see if I got it right here. What was it, Peeping Tom? Bam, he got his eyes fixed on the ladies right here, the cheerleaders and everything. And Jerry Jones, you know, he's losing out on all of his security as it relates to a guy, the fixer, as my guy Boss Cowboys would say. And we got to focus in on prospects. We got to focus in on these new fish that's going to come in into this new pool. We all frustrated. We want to just see football, and it would not go away until the end of next season, because this past season we went 12-5. It's hard, baby. It's flat out. You know, it's like buying a 3 or 4 big, massive bedroom house, and you want to show everybody your house, and everybody like, nah, it's all good. Yeah, congratulations, you got your new house. Yeah, it's all good. It's okay. We can't come, you know. You're like, wait a minute, I want to show you my new drapes, the new floor. Well, we can't come. You're supposed to be angry and upset about it, about being 12-5. And that's in a way, Cowboy Nation, it's good to have high expectations, right? Right? But when expectations meets reality, it's like, man, you bought all of that stuff for nothing, right? It's just for show. We don't want to drive all the way out there to see your house. Yeah, right? So you enjoy your house by yourself. So that's how this 12-5 is. We own the NFC East, and we got nothing to show for it. And it's good to have those high expectations, believe it or not. But the problem is that we've been having these high expectations and not getting to the end result for over 25 years. I'm not going to say the exact years. So where do we go at from here? Let me repeat what he had to say.
Cowboys, I'm looking for who are we going to be? Are we going to stay the same? Or are we going to just take all of this talent and waste it over 3 or 4 or 5 year time frame, assuming and expecting to do something great, doing the same things over and over and over again? It's frustrating as hell, he went on to say. You see great talent being wasted. You see time passing.
Yep.
That's Emmitt Smith talking there. Marcus, what do you think he's saying? What when he says doing the same thing over and over again, great talent being wasted, time passing, what's Emmitt trying to say, Swagoo?
See, I'm talking to Foxy on this one, okay? Because none of you other guys can relate. All right, G, you in the Hall of Fame. Jeff Saturday is gonna be in the Hall of Fame. Graz is gonna be in some Writers Guild Hall of Fame. Me and Foxy, we were just solid, good football players.
Yeah,
but Foxy, see, this is what happened, Foxy. This is what happens. All right. How many times have you heard me say this, Dominique Foxworth? How many times?
I'm glad he said that man's full name. Swag.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
A man should never call another man Foxy. So look, man. You know, I get it, man. That's your boy. But call the man by his full name, man. Foxy are reserved for the ladies, man. So I can't slap Big Boy. You know, I ain't gonna slap him. I know my lane, but I could definitely hit. Got to man that up. Got to man that up.
Shame.
Swaggle, just a little bit.
Shame.
Oh my sister-in-law's named Foxy, so it was kind of weird. I was like, who?
Times have you heard me say the same thing Emmitt Smith just said about the Cowboys?
All the time.
But when I say it, I'm a fan, and I ain't doing that. Listen, man, everybody knows it. Nobody is going to say anything different about the Dallas Cowboys. No one. It's been talent being wasted. When I was there, I felt like we wasted talent. We had an opportunity. We were a good team, made the playoffs, never could go deep and get it done. It's been being wasted, okay? 8 years with Jason Garrett. You got Mike
Nah,
McCarthy.
man.
Listen,
No,
let me put this in context.
You can't. No. Y'all got to put the whole. Look, I hate when people say, it's 8 years with Jason Garrett. No, you got to add the OC years as well. So it's been over a decade with Jason Garrett, Wade Phillips, of course. You know, shout out to him, good defensive coordinator and all of those things. But let's paint the complete picture. Let's don't shortchange Jason Garrett's influences here. One can absolutely argue that what absolutely changed since Jason Garrett left? Outside of Mike McCarthy, he's a little rough on the edge there. But from an offensive mindset, what absolute change? What things that we do different from when Jason Garrett was supposed to be the quote-unquote head coach here? Terrence Short says nothing, and I can't make this stuff up. When I look at this offense, and if you pick up this team from last season, the season before, and you go to 2019 or you go to 2018, 17, 16, 15, you see the exact same offense. The only bedazzle that we got now is some pre-snap motions. I'm literally, and that's why I really want Mike McCarthy, for what he said on Rich Eisen's show, to be the real person to show up and say, hey, this is what I want. This is what I demand from Dak Prescott. This is what I demand from Ezekiel Elliott. I need to see that Mike McCarthy. I don't want to see Doug Nuss. Y'all help me out. I could be wrong. Was Doug Nussmeier from Jason Garrett administration too? Not just Kellen Moore. I'm gonna read your comment, because it just hit me. It literally just hit me right now at 1:27 p.m. in Dallas time. Was Doug Nussmeier on that Jason Garrett roster as the administrator there? Was he under that Jason Garrett administration?
Take so I can pass the mic, all right? Because I'm going to settle down. It's the off season, and I'm looking forward to watching my daughter play volleyball. I'm looking forward to my son play basketball. I want to put this in perspective for everybody, okay? We just came off a conversation where Joe Burrow got sacked 70 times, and his team just played in the Super Bowl. And the Cowboys don't know if they want their head coach.
Yeah. I mean, it is. The look on the face says it all from Swagoo. I do like it. I mean, look, yes, you've been saying it a long time, and a lot of people have been saying it. When it comes from Emmitt, it really does, based upon not only his stature, but the relationship that he must have with ownership there, Jerry and
It felt like he was talking about Mike McCarthy to me.
Yeah, I'm not sure how else he could mean it.
Yeah, when he's saying talent being wasted, he's talking about the coach wasting the talent.
All right, so is he talking about Mike McCarthy? Or is he talking about the Prescott? Or is he talking about Kellen Moore? Is he talking about Ezekiel Elliott? Is he talking about the collective? Shout out to you, Antone. Appreciate you. Shout out to you, John. Been saying it, Dak or Moore needs to go, and they were paid to lose. It's hard pressed to say that they was paid to lose or they played to lose. It's hard pressed to say that. But it is a major concern that we look the exact same. The whole meaning, the whole responsibilities of bringing in something new is for change. Is to see, like, I kid you guys not, I really, really, really do hold my quarterback in high regards. And I get it. A lot of people go back and forth with me and they say, well, you're a Dak Prescott lover. But I hold my quarterback high regards because I want for the best for him, right? Look, my daughter's in private school. All through last week and all last year, they gave her homework every night. Every night. Homework that I had to do, and I said, whoa, wait a minute. I had to look into it. I said, man, math is not math anymore, right? They hold her to high regards. And I pay for that part of her education. It would be foolish for me to say, hey, school, can y'all stop giving her homework? No, they hold her for high regards, and me, I want the results because I'm paying for the money. And especially if you are in Texas and you got your kid going to a private school, that means you're paying for it twice. Because in Texas, they got this thing called ISDs, independent school districts. So you still have to pay that. So I'm paying for that, plus I'm paying for private school. That's just how it goes. My expectations are higher because I want her to be successful. So I get it. I really, really want, hear me out, I really want Dak Prescott to be successful. How do we get to that point? Yes, the other day they were saying that he's 30-0 when they run the ball 30 with more times than they throw it, right? And I said, okay, cool. I like that number. How can we work with that? How can we bring in football sense? It'll be foolish for me to pay for my daughter to go to private school, private education, right? And she getting the same results from a public education, right? Hear me out before y'all shank me with the butter knife. I'm looking for results. Why will I pay twice if I'm getting the same results? So my thing is, I need to see a difference. The Dallas Cowboys, when they looked at this team, they brought the same thing on the offensive side of the coin. They brought in an offensive-minded guy, Mike McCarthy, and they said, oh, by the way, for the last 10 years that the Cowboys been running a certain system, because I don't know if it's ever been a scheme, a certain system, let's keep that. So I have no way of knowing whether or not Dak Prescott will be better or worse because he's pretty much in the same system since 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. It's the exact same system. Who knows? Like even Ryan Tannehill, we saw that he became better as a quarterback by going to another team because we saw him in a different scheme plus system. But Tannehill in Miami, it was time for him to go. That's all I'm saying. I would love to see, before you throw the baby out with the bathwater, Dak Prescott in a different system, scheme, philosophy. Come on. And that's the reality of it. Unfortunately, we are robbed of that because we don't know. We don't know what he would look like in a different situation. We only know what he looks like in this particular situation. Let's go. Do y'all know Bad Dog Sports? he has 24-hour live stream today. Oh, no. I shout out to him. I didn't know he's doing a 24-hour live stream, but shout out to him. In a few years, Dak will be in a different scheme. Don't worry about it, Law. It's from Eric Mack. Shout out to you. He said, don't worry about it. Yep, and I get it, right? We've seen these type of things before. Case in point, Matthew Stafford in Detroit land, when they did the polls of who are the top 10 quarterbacks, top 15 quarterbacks, or what have you, Matt Stafford, his name wasn't even mentioned. But if you do a poll now, he's top 3. I seen somebody break down top 5 quarterbacks. I think it was Sam Acho, right? It's funny how Sam Acho is getting beat up on Twitter and his brother jump in to defend him, right? Going all at the other guy. I forgot the name that he was going at. But neither here nor there. It's funny that now people are putting Matt Stafford ahead of Pat Mahomes. I can't make this stuff up. But neither here nor there. I do know that Super Bowl paints you in a different light and you become better just by going there, right? But it goes all the way back to the 49ers game. If a guy by the name of Tart just catches that in Doug got it. You know, whatever. What's his name? That guy, whatever his name is. Let me see how the AI pronounce that name. Whatever it may be, Cowboy Nation, I understand that this organization, we look into it and we will say to ourselves, all right, cool. This is what we're dealing with. This is what we're going through. This is how we're going to handle this situation. And when I look at, come on, thing, where you at? Bear with me 1 second. This thing want to really give me hard issues now. There we go. IMB. There we go. Okay, here we go. Y'all bear with me one more time. There we go. Bam. Boy. There we go right here. Allison, there we go. Bam, here we go.
Doug Gottlieb.
Gottlieb. I said Doug Dugop. There's not a D in there. I'm thinking of these other guys. But neither here nor there. Gottlieb. However you say that man's name. He going back and forth. Emmanuel Acho going back and forth with him about some stuff that you can say to yourself, much to do about nothing. Much to do about nothing, Cowboy Nation. All right, so if you want to join the stream, click on that icon there, and we can get things going in the best way possible. We can go get things going. Shout out to you, Taro. Appreciate you. I was born in 1987. Never watched Jam 2. It's a joke. Well, shout out to Space Jam 2. Spears is right. We have had a lot of talent in the last 27 years. Spears was part of some of that talent, too. Spears was part of some of that talent, and we didn't get to the biggest of the biggest stage. What's up, Black? Appreciate you. Thank you for jumping in.
Really hard to make Jabril Cox and everything.
Who was in need for this team?
I think offensive line.
All right, here you go.
Mike, greatest single need for this team.
I think offensive line in a general statement. Tyron Smith's career is almost over. Connor Williams' probably career as a Cowboy is gone. The other Connor looks like a bust of a pick.
Backup at best?
It looks like Biotic is a below average starting center. Also, Zach Martin's not young. I think he does have 3 or 4 more great years left in him, I think. But
if he wants to play, you
right.
know?
So I would say right now you're looking pretty weak on your offensive line, especially future. You look okay at it right now, but okay at best. And I think we found out this year, if you don't give Dak a lot, he can't do it close to on his own. The great quarterbacks can do more with less. Dak isn't a bad quarterback. He's a good quarterback, but you need to give him a lot for him to be successful.
All right, so let's break that part down. Let's break that down. Stretch it out a little bit. Let's break this down right quick. Your quarterback needs more with less in order to win it all. And let me go to my Twitter. Y'all bear with me. Hail Mary. Run quick, see. What do we have here now? All right. So with that notion, I got DC Trucker 30 years. He says, my problem is you and others act like Dak has earned a medal. No, 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 no. He remind me of Michael Vick, watches no film. I can't read defense. Most QBs audible into plays that work 90% of his negative facts. I'm a huge Cowboy fan, but reality and the truth speaks on his work ethics. Film. It can't be Tom Brady. No, 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 no. So basically, he's saying that Dak Prescott can't read defense. And we went over this before yesterday about this whole topic in conversation about Rain Dakota Prescott can't reading film or can't read defense or don't watch film. That's a better way to say it. Now, I'm not trying to beat DC Trucker up, but that's a good point there. Before we talk anything else, let's go down this whole scenario. Hear me out, because I know people are ready to smash the table in half saying, yeah, the dude is right. You know, Dak Prescott is Michael Vick. Michael Vick was good until he got into those dog fighting things. You know, I can only imagine if Michael Vick never had those dogs on his property. And the dude just pretty much dry snitched on him and all of this stuff. But that's the story of a different day. People love those dogs, by the way. Here's my truth of it all. All quarterbacks need things around them in order to win. All, not some. When we look at Aaron Rodgers, and he is a perfect example of a quarterback that got it all. He can run. He can scoot out of the pocket. Been playing in the National Football League. Jessica, hang on tight. Hang tight there. I got you. He can do a lot of things for his particular organization. He had the 3rd overall defense in the National Football League. And, okay, let's go down this list. Is Devontae Adams the best wide receiver in the National Football League? Can that be a yes or a no? Is he the best wide receiver in the National Football League? One can argue that he is, right? And when we talk about the coaching staff, is Matt LaFleur, I think that's how you say that man's name, is he a better coach than the coaching staff that we got on the Dallas Cowboys? That's a simple yes or no. The other question is, right now, do you take Aaron Jones over, I'm just saying right now, Aaron Jones over Ezekiel Elliott? He had all of those things with the number 3 defense in the National Football League, and he lost to the exact same team that our beloved Cowboys lost to. Pete says Devontae Adams the best, in my opinion. So he's one of the best. He probably simply not the best, but he's one of the best. So you had the best wide receiver, one of the top running backs, 3rd overall defense, and he still held an L. They've been 13-3 and 13-4 for the last 3.5 years, or 3 years collectively, and they have not lifted the Lombardi Trophy. What shall be his excuse? Because his QBR was lower than what we've seen out of Dak Prescott. And I'm not saying that Dak Prescott is better than Aaron Rodgers, by the way. So what I'm trying to say here is that everybody have issues with the team when they don't make it all the way to the Super Bowl. They do. That's just the reality, and those are not falsehoods or what have you. But neither here nor there. Let me go over here. We got Lady Jessica, you live. Hello. Hello, once, twice.
Hello?
Okay, you're live. What's good?
I can't hear nobody.
Oh, you can't hear me? She can't hear. Let me see if we can pivot a little bit. Oh, well. Well, that spoils a war. Bear with me. She said she can't hear. Bear with me.
Let me ask you a question about offensive line then. Are you scared of doing offensive line free agency when we're hearing rumblings that maybe Connor Williams will get $7 million? Like, it feels like we don't really love Connor Williams and he might get $7 million.
I know this is a contradictory statement here because of what recently, right? Connor Williams looks like second-round pick, okay at best. Connor McGovern doesn't look like a good third-round pick. Biotic, later pick, not working out as well as hoped. But I do think the Cowboys are pretty good at picking offensive linemen in the draft. I would say if you probably look at other teams that have taken offensive linemen over the last 5 to 10 years, the Cowboys are probably above average at it. So I would say, you know, in the first round, I would hope at 24, there's a dude who falls to you who's a really good offensive lineman, and the Cowboys seem pretty good at doing that.
Ramen.
And then
He'd
when you get to
probably be
round 3 through 6, hopefully you can find another guy that you like there. And the dude who beats up who is the guy we took that beat up girls?
Josh. Yeah, there
Josh
you go.
Ball.
There you
Yeah,
go.
like maybe Josh Ball is pretty good.
Yeah, we didn't, because he had an ankle injury and then
Right.
he just disappeared.
Artie needs to be stronger. A lot.
All right, so the whole notion with Josh Ball or what have you, here's the situation. I really like Josh Ball tape. Now, outside of the domestic violence or what have you, that case was thrown out, and I get it. It's just bad, you know, altogether, and especially it sullies the water when you think about everything from A to Z, because, you know, you don't want that attached to your organization, especially the way things are right now. Hold on right quick, Cowboy Nation. Let me see if I can fix this audio since people can't hear me. And Roadcaster, and that's there. I don't know. I don't know why it can't hear me. I don't know. Audio, we building the plane while we in the air. Let's see. I got that set up for that. It could be this right here. Give me 1 second here. Where are you? Where are you? Bam, here we go. There we go. That should fix it. JT, you live. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh. See, I had to fix it, man. I had to fix it. Can you hear me, though? You can hear me, though, right?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Oh, okay, good, man. What you got for this episode, JT?
Man, it's a lot to unpack, man.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, as far as like the draft is concerned, like I think we should get another corner law.
Okay. A hot in the draft or second, third round, or you want to just roll that Derek Stingley there, man? I'm breaking my leg to go to the podium to put his name in the hat. But who you want?
That's what I was thinking too. Like if we can get Stingley, we need to get him because like I think we can kind of put together maybe a Legion of Boom type thing, man. Like we can get another great corner and then get a safety in the coming years, law.
I think so. I think if Daxton Hill falls or what have you, I think that what we can do really, if we can pick up, and I know this is just me just wishful thinking, if we can pick up a Stingley and then in the second pick up a Daxton Hill, but that will make a lot of people angry because we definitely need an offensive lineman. We need that.
Right.
Right.
I mean, you can get safeties maybe in free agency, law.
Yep, Jesse Bates is out there. I did a video on my Instagram. They were showing like some of the best defensive guys out there. Jesse Bates out there, the Honey Badgers out there, as well as Marcus Williams. He's out there. He's available. So there's some prospects there, man. There's some prospects there, but we're going to have to make sure – look, we're going to have to make sure we solidify that offensive line group too.
Right. It's that offensive line is getting kind of older, Law.
I know. And with offensive line, I think that's what they're about to allude to. Do you go into the free agent world to go fix that up, or do you go with the youth? And
I mean, isn't Tyron Smith 31 now?
Yeah, he's 30, man. He about to be 31, but that's a long tooth, man. He's like 50 in in football world.
Yeah, I mean, he came in at he came in at 20.
No doubt. And
so this what his 12th year now.
I think so, man. He's been in here for a long time, man. Oh my God.
So they got to get a young tackle to kind of like learn under Tyron Smith.
That will be Josh Ball. I really, like I said, I really like Josh Ball. He's 6'7", 300, and he was at one point 330. He dropped down to 308, 317-ish. I think he's good with his feet. We'll just have to see where the strength level will be at, though, on this level.
Well, yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, though. Tyron Smith, I mean, that man's strength was unreal.
Shoot, yeah, man. Strength was unreal. His speed, his kick out was good. He's been solid for us, and I think that it was either out of him or J.J. Watt, right? It was out of him or J.J. Watt, and we decided to go with Tyron.
Right.
I think that's the situation there.
Well, yeah, I mean, at first it made Cowboys fans upset because of how good J.J. Watt was, and because Tyron Smith kind of started off bad. Like his rookie year was, I mean, it wasn't great.
And one can argue that if we go into this draft right now, right, and we draft a offensive lineman, it may take him a year or so, So are you willing to roll the dice with that? That's the difference between if you're going to build your team, your biggest needs, do you go and say, okay, I'm going to rip the Band-Aid off, throw him out there, and go through the growing pains, or you're going to draft the guy, and shelve him, like put him in, hide him a little bit. Those are the options. And the third option would be just going into this free agent and just picking up a guy. You might have to pay a little bit more, but that person knows a whole lot, So that's the situation that we are in.
Yeah, I think the thing is, though, with the Cowboys, like Dak is still a decently young quarterback, and so I think because of that, like they can take a year or two to kind of like make sure that line is good, because like quarterbacks are now playing older Law, so like Dak. It's not like back in the old days where like once you like get to like mid 30s, like you're gone. Like you can play up until like your late 30s, early 40s. Like if you can keep yourself healthy.
Well, with these soft rules, yeah. Now smaller wide receivers can make a living. Shoot, Cole Beasley of the world can run across the middle, or Brandon Ayuk. Those smaller guys can now stay in the league for longer. Now,
Tyreek Hill,
young, Tyreek Hill and all of those guys. But back in the days, come across that middle. You used to have safety saying, "Come across that middle, dog." We don't have that anymore, But with Dak Prescott, I'm not finna use youthfulness as a I guess they say a level of excuse, because now people are gonna say, "Man, it's been 7 years now, bro. It's been 7 years." So JT.
Yeah, I mean he's been around a decent amount. Like I think the thing is though, like they just need to make sure, because that offensive line was bad against the Niners. Like they were getting pushed back a lot.
Yep, but you know how people gonna circumvent it, right? They're gonna say, "Well, look at Cincinnati. Look at Cincinnati." They're gonna say that all the time. But neither here nor there. The offensive line and the quality of play calls that we got over here just need to be revamped. I think that if the Cowboys make these simple adjustments of sliding Connor out of the picture and put Lyle Collins inside the picture as it relates to middle of the field, because La'el Collins never gave up a sack while he played guard. That would have been a better situation. At least you won't have happy feet Dak.
Well, yeah, La'el Collins was always a natural guard, but they drafted him, basically played him a tackle. So,
no doubt, JT. What else you got for this episode, man?
So yeah, another thing I was worried about, like, because I brought this up before, like, people are talking about how there's been rumors about how DeMarcus Lawrence is possibly going to be released,
right?
Just because of the money,
$19 million. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know, like, because look, Micah Parsons is obviously an unbelievable prospect. Like he's going to be one of the defensive ends. Like Randy Gregory, they're probably going to bring back. I don't know. Like I was thinking maybe they could do like what the Washington team did, where they had Ryan Kerrigan coming off the bench, possibly. They would just have to like restructure his contract though. Like 19 million is a little much. They just have to like get him to cut that down a little.
I get what you're saying, but I think that D-Law level of production didn't drop to bench worthiness, and coming off the bench, I think that he's a 3-down guy. I think that you can utilize him still on his team. Think about it, man. When he was healthy, I know he had some hiccups this past season, but when he was healthy on the field, we had to worry about number 90. Now, the only thing is now is that, you can save money, but I look at it like this, just like when you're playing dominoes, all money is not good money. So sometimes it's good to get the 10, and instead of trying to get the 25 or the 15, just get your 10, keep it moving. Don't lock yourself out of the game. So the Cowboys will be locking themselves out of the game by saying, okay, we saved $19 million, we go back to the drawing board, and we'll try to figure out things and way to utilize Michael Parsons. No, I look at it like this. You keep D-Law. You go into this draft, you draft somebody that can help out and from the interior. You go and find another linebacker to match up with him, or if you really believe that Jabril Cox is the answer, you work that out. But I believe that you can still work with what you got, and you can squeeze Randy Gregory opposed to squeezing D-Law because he already got the money. So you can tell Randy Gregory, hey, we got this discount package ready for you, man. You know, we believed in you. We worked with you. We handled situations with you. Can you help us out with 1 more year or 2 more years? And I think that Randy Gregory will do such.
Yeah, that defensive tackle thing is an interesting point because I'm trying to think. I think like Leroy Glover may have been the last defensive tackle there that was actually pretty good.
Yeah, man, Jay Ratliff was good for a cup of coffee.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because Leroy Glover, he came from the Rams. Like, that was a good pickup, like, back then.
Yeah, Leroy was good, brilliant. Leroy, Jason Hatchard 1 year, I think he had 11 sacks from the interior.
Yeah.
And then he got his contract elsewhere, I think, out of the Washington team. Jeremy Mency 1 year had 6. So outside of that, man, from the interior, you're right. Leroy and Jay Ratliff was our best guys that we had from the interior.
Yeah, they need to get a space eater like that. That to me is, I think, what's going to help because I think a lot of times what you do when you just have guys that can rush and no interior pass rush, like you make your defense more one-dimensional, where teams basically just because like if teams know you're going to rush the passer more times than not, they're just going to run the ball more times than not.
No doubt, and the 49ers game was a good proven point of that. All of the edge rushers we had didn't even lay a finger on Jimmy Garoppolo. You got to have pressure in the inside because he was able to climb the pocket from the inside to throw his ball. So if we can collapse that, put pressure from the interior. I like Neville Gallimore. I like Osa. He hit his rookie wall last season. Who knows? Osa during this offseason can be bigger, faster, even stronger. But I still would like for the Cowboys to make a necessary investment from the inside. Okay, JT, man, I appreciate you, man. How long you been following the channel, man? Shoot, you know some football.
So I've actually been coming around here for like a couple weeks or so. I'm kind of fairly new.
Oh, okay, you know. Okay, where you from, man?
So I'm from Indiana.
Okay, you way up that way. Okay, yeah, appreciate you, man. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Let me get some more people up in here. Go Cowboys, and who do you want in the first pick though? Before I let you go.
First pick in the draft?
24th pick.
Yeah. So See, the thing is, I already discussed who I want, but I don't know if Stingley will be available by 24. They probably gonna have to trade up if they can get him.
Okay, well, I don't want us to trade up and get nobody. I would rather for us to trade down and get multiple picks and be greedy that way. But I feel you.
I mean, he and Diggs would be a dynamic duo at the cornerback spot.
It would be amazing, man. But I appreciate you, JT. Appreciate you, man.
Yep.
That's good, man. So, JT, thoughts? With the 24th pick, the Cowboys select, that's his thoughts there. Derek Stingley, and it would be amazing if he dropped this far. All right, so we got Lady Jessica, you live.
Hey, am I coming through clear?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, great. For some reason, I don't know what happened the first time. I guess I had to reboot and refresh and change some settings on my side. But what you have for this episode? What's the biggest news for the Cowboys? Mm-hmm.
Well, Law, I ain't really been looking at them people.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been still going off on people about talking down on our team.
Yeah.
Because I agree with Mr. Emmitt Smith, what he said.
Right.
He don't want to see our team, the good team we have. We have what it takes to win.
Right.
We just need our head coach, to step up and take over. Because Killing Moore ain't it. And I'm sick of people talking about, it's just a growing pain. It ain't no growing pain with that man. He should have went out with Jason Garrett and him. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He is not it. I'm sorry. I'm sick of him. I'm sick of seeing him over there. Every time we get there he want to sit there and let his ego and everything take over. Why wouldn't you get the ball to him more? Why? Because he's smarter than you. Because he can read what you can't read. You can't even tell what these people are doing fake stuff on you to lead all guys into a brick wall. That's what he did. Every time we outplay, he might have made the play, but he ran him into a brick wall because he couldn't read the defense and couldn't tell that they was sitting there giving him what he said he would just go off of, what they give me. And you think them people didn't hear him? You think they don't watch like y'all? They be watching y'all shows, y'all media people shows. So they trying to ear hustle. They trying to see what y'all talking about, or they trying to see what the latest news that they can get off of y'all about our team. So they can use that to go up against our team.
Right,
so, of course, they don't give you what you sit there and say. I go off what they give me. And I'm sick of people talking about elite. Well, tell me, bitch, you saying Dak ain't an elite quarterback. What is an elite quarterback? Because doggone me, how come he ain't? This man sit here and surpassed over an injury that could have took his career.
Yeah.
And yet God bless this man to get through that and come back here and ball. And we went out 12-6. And you gonna sit here and tell us that Dak ain't it? Because when we didn't have Dak, who was it? Huh? Y'all sitting up here doing all this talking, you Cowboy fans wanna be. Because if you such a fan, why don't you go be over there with that team you talk about the most and be with Mahomes and all them people? Because we sick and tired of y'all in every chat. This is the off season, man. Can we talk about draft? Can we talk about getting some people to help what we got? Just like they said that Michael Parsons wasn't going to do nothing. Remember, I told y'all he was going to ball out, right?
He did.
They didn't want him because they didn't get the people that y'all wanted. I said, watch. You don't look at a book and say it ain't a good book. You got to crack that book open and read that book. They also put a biograph to let you know about the book or about the story of a book. So if you read that biograph, which I was a book reader, I'm sorry, a bookworm growing up. I read the biograph and all those different things. So you gonna sit here and say that, but you go back and you'll say Dak ain't elite, but then you'll go back talking about Keelan Moore play calling, but then you'll go back talking about Dak. But you gotta realize that a quarterback is the leader, but he ain't the whole team. It's going to take every player on that team to work together and do their part. Hold their own and go out there and use their gifts with their brother's gift and play as a team. One-on-one together as one. This is not no practice time game. You don't go in a game and play practice game strategies. You go in the game to play football, NFL strategies. You trying to get a Super Bowl, man. You don't go out there playing no pity pad.
Pity
You don't go out there
pat,
playing
yeah.
no. You go out there and you ball. You bring your blessed A game plan to give to your players, and you go give that game and you win it. Now, if you can win against the Chargers and the Patriots and all those best, they say they don't never win against no other team but the ones we play in the NFC East. We beat them and them. So don't sit here and say they can't beat an elite team because you lied. You keep lying and every year, and then what you say, oh, they players won out. We beat them with their star players. What you talking?
Ooh, you preaching now. Keep going, lady. Preach
Y'all
on.
need to stop all of this stuff. Every doggone chat they hopping. That's why I'm blocking them, jokers. I don't want to see that, Law, because I'm sick of them talking down on that, because when he got hurt, they was the main one crying, we need him back. But yet every doggone time you turn around in a live chat and it's supposed to be about what y'all think we should get. I seen, what was that, 96 you were showing? That boy can ball. He moving around. That boy was like zoom, zoom, zoom. He was zigging and zagging out there. Yeah. I saw your thing. I didn't get a chance to see you live. Well, I had to leave.
Right.
And because I was on my lunch break, and my lunch break is only an hour. And I be trying to catch y'all, but when I'm at work, I'm at work. I can't be on my phone. That's one of the policy. No cell phone while at work.
Wow.
Not even if I'm trying to get the kids some music on there because I ain't got the material in my classroom.
Oh, wow.
But anyway,
but it is
they
good.
be sitting up there. I be having, because somebody think I'm on the phone doing stuff like they little friends used to be that ain't there no more. So they come for me and be telling him, she back there on her cell phone. And I'm in there doing ABCs. Finding the letter people theme song to get my kids going, trying to keep their attention, because these kids I got, Law, they act like they grown as us. They be trying to do all kind of stuff in there.
I could only imagine,
have
Lady
a great
Jessica.
And house them girls, and we just gotta go Cowboys, and we gotta support our team, because if we don't support our team, Law, ain't nobody else will. You got all these people talking about Dallas, but all these people don't won the Super Bowl. Why they ain't talking about them? Why they ain't talking about them? Every doggone thing gotta be about
the Cowboys, Lady Jessica, and I really
that's
appreciate
why we
you
America's
so
team.
much. That's why we America's team, because they talk about us. We on every channel, and I know you heard about the scandal and all of the other stuff that's going on.
Oh my God, I didn't know.
Gosh, yeah.
But then when I did, I was like, oh my God. So the girls was paid to hush their mouth and not say nothing. Isn't that manipulation? That's like somebody getting molested in the family, and somebody told them, what goes on in this house stays in this house. Don't you say nothing. You make the family look bad. That girl is messy. That boy is messy. He didn't nobody do this. And you manipulate this person already went through enough by getting molested by somebody they trusted in their family. But yet you gonna sit here and pay these girls off, and they was being snapshots and all this, and then your own daughter was being felt up and shaking pictures on her
the world turn, but I appreciate you so much, Lady Jessica.
Later, y'all.
Appreciate you. God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you for calling in. Amen. That's Lady Jessica. Oh, she blessed us with her words. If there's any person, trust and believe me, if any person will fight tooth and nail for Dak Prescott, it got to be her. It got to be her. And for those who give the donations and part of the support tabs group, your name get entered into this quarterback, Roger Staubach. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get entered in. We're giving away a jersey. But if her name is being pulled, and I see her name and it say Lady Jessica, if she wins at the end of the month, I'm literally going to take this jersey, because I got the receipt and everything, and go back to the store and say, give me a Prescott jersey, because she won. I would give her a Prescott jersey if her name is being pulled, for the jersey. And the next month, I got a good jersey for y'all for the next month, for the month of March. I got my bag right here. For the month of March, I got this one right here, one of my favorites right here. Oh my gosh, I got to show y'all now. Yeah, I got it. Irvin, we could talk about, other players or what have you that played for the Cowboys. But I'm going to tell you, man, with passion and desire, Michael Irvin is that guy. Oh, that's one of my favorite right there. And I know that he still probably got Rich Dalrymple numbers and saying, hey, I know you're going through some stuff right now, but I need to get put out. I need to get helped out of this jam. And I think Rich Dalrymple will still do some independent work for him, Cowboy Nation. But I appreciate those who jumped in and wanted to communicate and talk to me. Shout out to those that's on my Facebook. Shout out to you, Lisa. Thank you for the donation there. I didn't see your name there earlier, but thank you for the donation. Shout out to you, Michael, for subscribing. And Lisa, your name is entered into the drawings as well. Who else? Shout out to you, Terrence Shorts. Appreciate you. Let's go. Yes, our O-line need to beef up with some muscles. Yeah, we do, Cowboy Nation, and everybody that's listening and tuning in for right now. Let's see. James Harden Beard, appreciate you. This dude's going to say Dak Prescott is trash. I feel you, man. I understand. You can't stand Dak Prescott. Oh, my gosh, man. There we go. For those who understand this situation, the Cowboys are in the biggest need, in my opinion, is the reality check. That's the biggest need. I don't want to hear people say, well, the team didn't have the talent, the team didn't have the weapons. They didn't have the driver. The proper driver of this team, the scheme, the ability to draw up plays that can work. Now, heading into the 2022 year, the Cowboys, they got to figure it out. I'm glad we don't have to figure it out. They're going to have to figure it out. Yep. The reality check spot on. Mike McCarthy knows now that his back is against the wall, right? His mindset got to be such that if he don't get it right, baby, it's trouble, trouble, trouble. And this team and this organization must figure that part out as well. The name is Law Nation. The time is now for us to pick this thing back up and get things going the best way possible. I got this one right here. Pull this one up. Forgot about this one. We have a team of drivers. Stephen White, appreciate you. Dak is fighting for Amari. You know, I heard that statement earlier. Should he have a say in who the Cowboys fight for? Yes, he should have a say. Yes, he should be part of that movement. Saying, hey, these are the things that I need. These are the plays that I must win through. On top of that, the reality check is this right here too. Jones family got to understand, man, the roof is caving in on them with their PR stuff. And they don't have a Rich Dalrymple. He's the one that was peeping Tom. So they got to be clean and cutthroat now. There's nobody that can fix this stuff. So heading into this 2022 season, everybody got to be on their P's and Q's. Every single person. Spotlight is on them. Amari Cooper is Dak's guy. He is. There's reports out earlier today that this team is expecting to bring back Michael Gallup. Now, two types of players can come back from a gruesome injury. A player that's hungry, a player that's forgotten. I hope that we get a player that's hungry. And that is what Michael Gallup should exhibit. But he did say he wanted his bag, he wanted his paper. Hopefully the Cowboys can look into this situation and say, all right, cool. We got it on a prove-it deal. Prove it that you're ready for this moment. Prove it that you're ready for this opportunity, right? We'll see what he's going to bring to the table. I believe in number 19. I feel you. Appreciate you. Mari's 5 target Coopers. Yeah, let's increase that. Let's increase those targets. Let's increase this moment. I tell people all the time, if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting or lied about, don't deal in lies or hate it and yet give way to hating. And yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your whole life for, broken and stooped, and build back up again with worn-out tools, Cowboy Nation. The reality of it is that is exactly what we're going through every year. You can walk with kings and presidents, nor lose the comic touch. Neither foes or loving friends can harm you. If you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, Cowboy Nation. Like my guy Stephen White said, it's time to put in work. As far as right now, they said mindset change. It sounded like they was listening in to what I had to say about that, right? So they must change their mind. They must look into this thing and say, hey, our back is against the wall. We're fighting the officials. We're fighting the opposing team. We're fighting the internal war that's within the Cowboys' same premise of a locker room. Feeding the ball to certain people. Political football, the agendas that's been hitting. These boys are going to have to overcome all of that. Last great quarterback for the Cowboys to do that, mighty Troy Aikman. Emmitt Smith, the playmaker, got a jersey down here, right here, in his bag. Said they had to win in spite of the coaching. But dog it, the Cowboys 2022 have to win in spite of the coaching. Kellen Moore, in spite of their owners, Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones. They're going to have to rally together. They got to win in spite of all of that. That's what Troy said that he had to do when they had Barry Switzer. You're going to have to get laser focus in. That's been my time, Cowboy Nation. I really thank you all for your words. And remember, you're listening to nothing but buzz. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. We out. We out, baby. In spite of the coaches. See some fire emojis in the chat. Appreciate y'all for all of that. Let's go. Shout out to Yante.
Nowadays, nothing really is ice. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she icy. Freeze, photo, please, no photos. No, G's, no, please, no photos. Hit the door and the doorman just whole team here might need some. Still young, but I move like a new deal to my lawyer. If you're down in my management, I'm just warming up a way till I old producers saw the numbers one. Different colors in my baggy light. Chalk it up, talk of the town where you're talking up. Wanna get you a ring and you tough enough. Wanna get you new things with your pockets dull. Run it up. I used to be quiet and out of luck. Now I move up and move humble cause the hate and the jealousy. My mama telling me count up your blessings and run it up. Nowadays nothing really is ice. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she freeze, photo, please, no photos. No, G's, no, please, no photos. I keep giving game away. I put game on layaway. I got paid to play today. I get paid to stay away. I get paid on rainy days. I might make it rain today. I got paid off pain today. Thought it'd take the pain away. In my own lane, finger roll. I would never sell my only soul. Heard your whole team was for sale. Heard it's on the market for the low. Who the realest, we might never know.
Are we going to stay the same, or are we going to just take all of this talent and waste it over 3 or 4 or 5 year time frame, assuming and expecting to do something great, doing the same things over and over and over again? It's frustrating as hell, he went on to say. You see great talent being wasted. You see time passing. That's Emmitt Smith talking there. Marcus, what do you think he's saying? What when he says doing the same thing over and over again, great talent being wasted, time passing, what's Emmitt trying to say, Swagger?
See,
Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she free.
heard me say this, Dominique Foxworth. How many times have you heard me say the same thing Emmitt Smith just said about the Cowboys?